So the first step when you're gonna be batching video content, obviously getting ready. I don't normally look like the way I do in videos. This is my normal face. So I'm going to take some time this morning while I am drinking my coffee, listening to a podcast, curl my hair using this curling wand. I also, if you're wondering like, how do you get the curls to stay? Because I've always had that problem. Dry shampoo. Some of the makeup that I do use, I try to stick with a lot of Tarte products. As you can see, I have rosacea. My dermatologist recommended Tarte because it doesn't have as many harmful chemicals. So my foundation is this Amazonian clay full coverage. I put that on with a sponge. I know if you're a dude watching this, you're like, what is all this stuff? But as far as contouring and making your face look a little better in video, I am very, very beginner at this. So instead of doing the mirror image, let's flip this around. I will use this Becca highlighter, and I will put the highlighter right here on my cheekbones and on my nose for video. I also use the Benefit bronzer, and I'll put it right here in the holes of my cheekbones, like right below my cheekbones, and you go, I'll put it right there. And then Benefit Dream Rush blush, just a little bit on my cheeks. I don't need a lot since my skin normally pulls a lot of red. Other than that, I also use mascara, and then I will put my lipstick on very, very last. So I literally curl this, let it dry, then I'll shake it out and kind of brush it out with hairspray. So, all right, and we're done. Makeup done, hair done. Time to set up the equipment. All right, so this is what I'm walking into here this morning. Seriously, behind the scenes, I am not that neat and tidy. I may have all my content strategy planned, but you can see drawers are open, coffee, paper towels, all astray. So what I need to do is get the lighting set up. These are pretty much the only two lights that I do use, is this ring light and this softbox light. Then I have been sitting right here on this chair with my backgrounds. All right, so my camera right now is on my light stand. You can see what is in the frame. So what I was looking for is to make sure everything was good to go in the frame. I didn't want too much of the curtains that you see back here, but I need those curtains to really limit the light coming in so I don't have a back source of light. I also put this particular light on as to kind of shine down on my head and to eliminate any kind of shadows back in this corner that I get. I also turn on these fairy lights just as kind of like ambiance lighting in the background. And one thing, I have this particular letterboard and I wanted to make sure you could get the whole letterboard. So right there it is. Before, when I was shooting just right here and going straight on to the camera, I can't really give any more depth back here because it's so close and I can't really go any further that way. So by going just a little bit this way, you can see how it just makes it a little bit more visually pleasing because of that depth. I'm also going to try a new lens today where I will need more space between me and the camera as well to get that fuzzy background. So let's get this place ready to go. Also, this is normally my daughter's room for school. It is a Friday. You can see she typically sits right there. I had to move her to the basement with my husband today so that I can get these filmed, since the only day she's not here is Wednesdays and we didn't get filmed. So do know that this workspace isn't just for me anymore. It's for virtual kindergarten. So you can see that took me about 10 minutes to set up. I want to point out exactly what I did so you can understand what my setup looks like. Make sure you have a comfortable chair. You're going to be on this thing for a while, so make sure it's comfortable. Don't worry about all this stuff going over here because it's not in your frame. Remember, I showed you what is in my camera frame, and it's not this disaster, so it doesn't matter where you're setting up. I literally have set up multiple places. I can show a couple clips of all the places that I set up in 2020 during quarantine when we had no childcare. I went outside, I went in my living room, I even did folding laundry in my bedroom. So don't overthink your background because it's not gonna make or break your video content. You're only thinking about what's in this frame right now. Another thing to make your content better, especially when you're batching, is what's on the floor, specifically hardwood, which is kind of that tile you see over here, and carpet. If you watched any of my batching videos before, you know I normally throw blankets down, which I might still do since we have a little bit still tile than I want. But when you have a tile or a hardwood floor or a linoleum floor or a floating floor, that really echoes off your sound and you need something down there to make your audio sound better. The way to combat that is I will throw blankets, pillows, whatever I have available to absorb that sound from the tile floors. So now we have everything set up. I do need to move my computer just a little bit closer to me, so it's right here beside me because all of my scripts are on there. So I'm gonna record this as I film my first video so you can see how I go through each piece of my script, pause, all those things. But first, I gotta grab wardrobe. So I wanna shoot 5 videos. I need 4 more shirts and the lipstick. All right, welcome to my closet. Not too many people come here, but you can tell how different the audio sounds in this clip because I am in a closet with all carpeting, and so the audio sounds a lot better. So if you have carpeting wherever you're filming, your audio should be pretty good. It's just those rooms that you're filming in with tile or hardwood tend to be difficult. So when it comes to what you should wear on video, remember they're only going to see the top half of what you're wearing. So right now I'm literally in leggings and some fuzzy slippers because it's cold here today, and I just focus on what are 4 or 5 tops that I wear. If you watch my content, you'll see me cycle through the same ones over and over again, and that's totally fine. It's not like once you wear it, you can never wear it on video again. I have the same ones that I wear again and again. One thing that I've learned after being on video for so many years, which I wish I would have learned earlier, is for me and my lighter skin complexion, jewel tone clothes tend to look best. So jewel toned like this blue has gotten so many comments about how good it looks on me, and I just literally found this out in the past year. Think about your complexion and what's really going to make you look good, but also think about what's in the room you're filming in. I was filming in a gray room for so long, and when I had light clothes in a gray room with my complexion, I just tended to blend in. And now you'll notice with the blue room with my light complexion, everything just seems to pop more. So you don't need to change the paint color, just think about what you're wearing. So I went and pulled some of my tried and true shirts that I wear often. I've got a pink sweater, a brown sweater, a blue sweater that looks good on me, and it's kind of my color, and then a cream colored sweater if I get to that video. Remember, I want to shoot 5. I have a shirt on now, but don't stress over what you're wearing. Remember, people are only going to be seeing you from about chest up, and they're really going to be coming for the content. When I do film in the summer, you'll see that I have a rack of t-shirts. Pink t-shirts, white t-shirts, blue t-shirts. If you find something that looks good on you, just buy it in a bunch of different colors that complement you, and you're good to go. That's all you need. Let's start filming. In the office, ready to go, camera set up. I did end up throwing some blankets around the camera to help with the audio, but to have a successful batch day, you gotta plan in advance. So you can see on my computer here, I already have my script planned, and I also have the videos and the thumbnail poses that I'm looking for each of these videos. So this is what's really going to make or break your batch day, is if you have a game plan. So I am going to let this run for a little bit while I show you how I start my videos, to work with my editor, maybe how I talk to her. Sometimes I mess up and I speak to her, but you're gonna actually see me recording these videos real time, so to speak, and then we will link to the video that I'm filming now in the description box below so you can see what the final product looks like. So let me get you set up right here. January 31st. All right, I wanted to change the intro out a little bit here, try to just get right into the content. I decided to shift what I was going to say. I wrote this video a couple weeks ago, and watching my analytics, I realized I need to change my opening a bit because it's just not keeping people's attention. So I'm trying to think in my head right now what I want to say. The content creation tips that I'm going to walk you through here today. Let's see, I paused because I wanted to make sure I got that right, and I wanted to see what I wanted to say. The content creation tips I'm going to share with you here today are really going to help you get off that content creation hamster wheel. So if you feel like you're always putting out content and you can never get ahead of it, these are the tips that changed the game for me, not only for getting off that content creation hamster wheel, but for my content actually leading to more revenue in my business. All right, I just wrapped up filming the complete YouTube video, and now I'm going to show you the extra things that I do. So shooting a Facebook ending, shooting an IGTV ending, taking my thumbnail. So this is what we're going to do for an IGTV ending because we've had a hard time uploading the full video to IGTV. So we give about 2 to 3 minutes and get them excited about what they're watching and want to keep watching it. So this is what we'll do. If you want to keep listening to all the tips I have to help you save time in creating content, make sure you click the link down below in the comment of this IGTV because the full video is over on my YouTube channel, or go to trenalittle.com/YouTube to watch the complete video. Now on Facebook, I do the complete video because people are not going to go from Facebook to YouTube, so this is what we'll do. Make sure you like this video, share it if you really loved it, and make sure you're following me here on Facebook because I'm dropping videos like this every single week. Thanks for watching. All right, now I'm gonna do thumbnail photos. Since I already have an image that I screenshotted that I wanna do, it's gonna make this process a lot quicker. So I'm gonna turn this on self-timer. So I probably took more than I wanted to, but I was just trying to get the angle right of my arm. Now that entire video is done. All I need to do is upload it, and we will set the system in place where our editor edits the YouTube version, the Facebook version, the IGTV version, the story clips, and the reels. And then I will also send the images, which I need to create a couple more because what we've noticed is the thumbnail starts to repeat itself on my IG feed. So if I take a couple of different types of thumbnails, we can then repurpose it for a carousel, for a regular feed post, and a reel, and IGTV cover photo. So I do need to do a couple smiling ones just so we can ultimately use different poses so it doesn't look reused. All right, so you can see my social content folder here, and I will create one for each day for videos that are live. And if you go in here, I will upload the A roll, and then this is the B roll because this is the screen recording, and my video editor can access it from here. I will also go ahead while I'm sitting here and I have time. I will upload the photos for the thumbnails. So again, I already took the thumbnail photos, something like this, and then I'll just add a Lightroom preset and add this as well to each card. So that's all done. So I've uploaded my video, I've uploaded my thumbnail, and my team can start working. You don't have to do this step if you're doing it by yourself, because obviously you don't have to send your video footage to somebody else. But if you are working with an editor, this is sometimes the easiest way to do that. And understand it will take a while to upload. Usually video files are pretty large, so that's why I'm pretty much done for the day. I just need to get them all uploading so they can take all the rest of the day and tonight to get uploaded so my video editor can access them. I am about to have lunch while I get this ready. If you're interested, it is Swiss and ham without bread. Yes, I don't like bread, and sweet potato chips. But now that I've done this, I started at about 10 a.m. and it's 1 o'clock now. I shot those 5 videos. That is my pillar YouTube video. That's an Instagram TV episode. That's an Instagram reel. That is 3 Instagram stories per video, a Facebook video. We then make Pinterest images. We then make a blog post. So you can see how incorporating these days can really help you create more content faster. And I totally understand if you aren't somebody that can batch, fine. I don't ask you to be successful, but if you could maybe do at least 2, that way you don't have to start from scratch over and over with your face and makeup all the time. I personally probably only put makeup on once a week. So when I do, I want to get the most out of it as possible. But if you're ready to batch, the key to batching is already having your content ideas ready and scripted. So make sure you watch this video that's on your screen next, because it's going to show you everything I did behind the scenes to prepare for this batch day. Click that video and I'll see you over there.